thought about before in PvP and make a tough choice. And oftentimes, he makes the right one. That's why I feel like, just as these two as a matchup, Sora and Zest, like we were talking about, Zest is, I think that's his only weakness in PvP, is his inability to make these weird choices in the late game. herO decided he wanted Archons, and he decided to fight with them. I wasn't convinced, but I thought, you know, a lot of those Archons should get underneath the army. It just turned out it's not the right comp. Yeah. Tempest, pure Tempest is the way to go.
Upwards of 30 Tempest, seems like that's the winning unit.
Also, Mothership's pretty handy.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going straight into this. No breaks, nothing. Game number 4, Nimbus, Sora versus herO here at the WECG Korea qualifiers.
Up here in the top left in the red, he just took a 55-minute game. It is Sora.
And his teammate to the bottom left in blue, it's herO. Struggling a bit there in that final game that we just watched. Not final, but most recent.
And Nimbus, another really big map.
Big map, free natural in a lot of ways. In PvP, you got to be scared of oracles though, but it's a map where once you get that, it's hard to do some really hard pressure. It's hard to do blink stalker attacks or you know, mortal counter attacks. So we could end up going into another later game here. Absolutely a possibility.
Yeah. And I love the fact that there's no breaks. We just go straight into the games here at WECG. Not stopping the action.
A lot of you guys are, you know, probably tuning in right now. Haven't watched a lot of WECG yet. This is, of course, the round of 4. For those of you tuning in a little bit later. This tournament's basically very similar in almost every way to WCG. Has a long amount of history. So this is the Korea Nationals. Decide the Korean representatives that will be going. Already Stats is one of them, as he was able to advance to the finals earlier today. I'm going to find out who the second guaranteed player is. And there'll be a grand finals tomorrow and also the 3rd place match.
Yeah. Really excited for today and tomorrow. Today's already been amazing matches. I'm sure we're going to have some good ones tomorrow as well. Just going into this game, we do see mirror builds here, almost exactly. Even down to the gas, like the gas of herO is slowly, but slightly behind.
Yeah,
but still.
And then you could say the pylon is a little bit behind as well, but not too much to go on. So on this map, blink stalkers are kind of weak. There's a wide ramp at the natural, or at the main, I guess you could say. Where you can try to like force your way up that ramp and take a fight there. It's pretty difficult to do. You can't really blink into the natural. It's really hard to get in there. You know, you're going to be walking through your opponent's main base to get over there, so it's quite a challenge. So normally we see Stargate play on this map, and sometimes just fast expand plays. But it's like, it's in my opinion possibly the best map for Stargate out of all the maps we have.
Yeah,
I think we're going to see Stargate out of both players. Sora could do something different, though, because that's what he likes to do. He likes to break the rules.
The thing here, Sora was really smart in his scouting. He scouted the top right, but then because the probe of herO got to the base so quickly, he scouted the bottom left, but he just messed up because he left the base. He did not scout the Stargate yet, and now the Mothership Core is out. Is he going to be able to deny the scout?
I don't think so. She'll
oh!
Barely.
So close. Well.
It's like 1 shots away, 2 more. And, you know, the Stargate scout here is really important. He's got his own Stargate coming up. He's going to deny this scout. So things are looking good for Sora already. He's probably expecting an Oracle opening. It's going to be Phoenixes. And herO might have been planning on going Oracles, but now that he knows the Stargate's been scouted, it's a bit risky. Because Stargate's so popular on this map, if your Stargate gets scouted and you go Oracles, you get blind countered, it's a nightmare. So has to switch it up, goes Phoenixes instead. Sora, of course, will be doing the same. And a little bit faster, obviously, on the Phoenixes is here since the Stargate was much faster. And we're going to see Nexus dropped in just a second for both players. Brendan might be having another one of these good games on our hands here.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. The Phoenix that is a bit faster here out of herO, he's going to get the scout on the Nexus first. And he should be seeing those Phoenixes, those Phoenix out of Sora as well.
Phoenixes and Phoenix both are acceptable.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Nexus Cannon comes down, so we'll be able to ward that away, but it was close. That another core getting pretty low. Does pick up that Stalker, so a small victory there for Sora.
Yeah. Being a bit too aggressive there. Nope. 2 gates being added right now. And, I mean, as it is, it's going to be all about the Phoenix count as well as the map awareness, because when you have Phoenix versus Phoenix, if you can avoid your opponent's Phoenixes and still have your defense on the lockdown, that's when you get to do damage. It's very difficult, it's very scary, it's like a risky thing to ever move out and try to do some harassment, because if your opponent has more Phoenixes than you for even a second, and the lasers link, you lose all your Phoenixes, it's not what you want. Yeah. So doing moves like this is really, you know, it's nice to be able to find something like this. You got to be confident enough in your Phoenix controller to do things like this. Yeah. herO's showing that right now.
And it's hard for Sora because he knows he has less Phoenixes because he started making them later. And he can't really engage hit on. He has to fight with the Stalkers, which are now out of position. And he's being smart. He's not maintaining that many probes to the natural because he knows he's under constant threat from these Phoenixes. Uh-oh, some of these Phoenixes out on the map. Gotta be really careful with this one.
He wants to engage with the Stalkers, but he's got to be careful because Phoenixes just do so much bonus damage to light. You have to be careful with your own Phoenixes. That one just doesn't get sniped, then he flies away. Second Stargate.
This is that snowball effect, man. How do you beat more Phoenixes? It's more Phoenixes.
Yeah. I mean, Blink Stalkers, common response. Archons, common response. You know, charge out Archon comp, but sometimes you just want to fight fire with fire.
Well, herO feels because he got them out faster, I'm sure, that he can just extend his advantage in this way.
Absolutely.
Maybe we just see Sora be the guy who kind of transitions out of the Phoenixes eventually. For now, he's still just making out of one.
He's not even confident enough to stay to lift one probe right there. He's like, this could be too much. They're both trying to hide their numbers here.
Sora actually gets the better of that fight.
Yep.
Picks one off.
Not going to happen this time, although he saves his Phoenix at least. Robo's on the way, just for safety, I guess. I mean, we will eventually see a transition to Colossae, probably, from both of these players, but coming in here, going to get a probe or two. He's really...
He doesn't even want it. He's
timid.
like...
He's just checking.
Yeah. He's like, I cannot lose one Phoenix.
That's actually pretty cool. I like how he's playing this, because he's like, if I lift, like, there's a chance. I'm leaving nothing to chance.
Yeah. Because it's going to be hard, you know, you got to micro all your Phoenixes, plus the one that's lifting, you got to cancel it, and then get it out of there, but it's behind. And then it gets caught, and then, you know, you lose a Phoenix. Can't risk it. We see that. Did that second Stargate finish? Because we never really started seeing him make 2 Phoenixes at a time.
Well, I don't think we ever got a chance to physically see it, so there's no way for us to know that for sure. But, yeah, your observation is correct. We can, you know, pretty reasonably assume, actually, that it was canceled.
Yeah.
Any on Pulse Crystals being researched right now, though.
Yeah. Sora's the one who decided to make the transition in the Fleet Beacon.
I love how herO is playing this. He is just playing so crisp. I think that's the best way to describe it here. They're going to take a firefight. He knows he has a better Phoenix. He's able to figure it out.
Yeah. herO was able to snipe one down really quickly before the...
Oh,
no, that's really bad.
Look
Nice
at that micro.
Yeah, he pulls back the weakened one that was getting shot.
That was pretty impressive. These
really,
two are
really
quite good
cool.
at this. You know, but what is it? It's almost like if you look at a football game, you know, in possession, and you look at like a percentage graph, like you can look at that in this game too. herO is the one who's doing damage and is present this entire time. Sora's constantly been on the back foot. He hasn't really been able to do anything with his Phoenixes except sometimes stop herO from killing probes, but not even all the time. And now he's got that range. It is something that herO is probably not expecting, and that's going to allow him to win a lot of fights. So that's going to be really surprising, and that's a really scary thing that's really just going to pop out here in just a second. He's going to reveal it.
Yeah, if herO gets too close, could be really, really dangerous. Could lose almost all of his Phoenixes as long as Sora has good micro. But we did see a huge amount of gateways being made here. We got Blink and +1 on the way here. Something we did not mention just yet, but he's got a really forward pylon. Looks like he wants to put on the aggression. This is herO I'm talking about. Groups up his army, and oh no, Phoenixes get caught here.
Yep, and there's that range. He's just doing so much with it.
Yeah. herO's not able to do anything. He's losing all of his Phoenixes.
Okay, but he's got a huge group of Stalkers coming in. No force field. Uh-oh.
And Blink is done anyway. He blinks in. Probes are having to come off the line right now. He's trying to chrono boost out an Immortal, I'm sure. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, +1 finishes right now for these Stalkers. 6 more on the way.
herO just has way too many gateways right now. Sora does not have that amount.
Yeah, they need to come home, and they has to lift. He can lift 9 Stalkers, so eliminating 9 Stalkers in the fight straight up. Still something he could try to win this fight. That Immortal is going to be really helpful here. And so will a Nexus Cannon. Oh, no. Oh. Barely gets that one out. Okay, he's still powered. I was really stressing. Gonna get this pylon, though.
Still powered still. Here are the lifts.
They're going in. He's lifting up so many of these Stalkers here. Immortal needs to get involved. Warp into defensive Stalkers right here as well. And it looks like he may be able to actually ward this off. He may be able to hold this.
Immortal is doing so much damage. But look at this.
Though.
Another huge warp in out of herO.
And this is actually a close fight. This is actually really close, but that Immortal is just doing too much. He couldn't target it. So many of his Stalkers were up in the air.
Crazy, man.
Now he's still got those Phoenixes. Warping here in the main base. This could actually lift up, but I don't think that that Warp Prison wants to stick around. 1 Phoenix left. Oh my god.
Here we go. He's got the Warp in and the Blink right now. He blinks right on top of the Immortal. Nexus Cannon does come down here. Where's that second Immortal? He had 2.
Well, I don't know
where it is.
I'm not sure where it is either.
It was there back. Trying to defend the natural.
This is still a lot of Stalkers, and that +1 plus the Blink is making this very difficult.
And I really love the idea to add in a bunch of sentries here as well, because he knows that Sora has these clunky Immortals and the Zealots, and he doesn't have Blink. So he's going to be able to use those force fields and be really annoying.
Look at how helpful this cannon is here. You know, well, actually not as much as I thought it would be, but anyways, it does tank a little bit, or not tank, but do a little bit of damage, so the Nexus Cannon pushes out. But these Zealots are doing a lot of damage. He has to use 2 Nexus Cannons. Doesn't have any more energy left on that Mothership Core. It looks like herO wants blood. He wants to take this fight now. Probe's coming off from behind. He may get surrounded. Those force fields really helping out. The Zealot's still doing damage at the front, though. That 1 Phoenix is watching.
Finally, he gets the lift, but I don't know about this, man. So many gateway units out here for herO. Finally, he gets that 1 Immortal, and even with the 2 Immortals in the back, he just has too many gateways. He's going to warp in way too much, and herO, it looks like, is going to take game number 4 here.
He will. And that is going to be it for Sora for this tournament. He can play in the 3rd place match, but he doesn't have that guaranteed spot. herO looks relieved. He's going to be playing that finals tomorrow. And he's going to China. It's been decided. +1 just now about to finish for Sora. Way too late. GG.
What a great game there, man. All these games, all these team kills actually make the best series, I have to say, because these 2 players always know each other so well.
Yeah. Really got a feel for Sora. It was a tough series, but really well played by herO. You know, making that surprise switch into Stalkers, not transitioning into the Fleet Beacon, not transitioning into the big Phoenix count. All those Phoenixes went down in that fight, or even more than I realized. You know, he was down to like 1 Phoenix left, that 1 Phoenix that looked really cute up there. And then he just kept warping in off of a ton of gates and the +1 that he had, plus the Blink, the sentries you were talking about for the force fields, which made the Immortals a lot less useful. I mean, they're clunky units. They have an awkward movement. You get them force field back there, the range isn't quite, you know, what it needs to be.
Such a cool move just in the moment, you know. Your only thought in that moment is probably just like, I need Stalkers as many as possible. I've got Blink, you know, but herO just in the moment, this is why he is this good, actually.
All right. We're going to have an interview with herO himself. Kanata is going to be hosting.
Sad Sora in the back.
소감 한 말씀 해주시죠.
오기 전에 솔직히 같은 팀이고 바로 옆자리라서 연습도 많이 못 하고 머리로
They
생각
sit
많이
next to
하고
each other,
나왔는데
so it's hard for them to
불안한 게
practice.
있었는데 정훈이가 제가 좀 점수 스타일인 거 의식해가지고 게임이 좀 잘 풀렸던 것 같아요.
네. 워낙 김정훈 선수가 뭐 지난 라운드에서 주성욱 선수를 3대 0으로 셧아웃을
He's talking about,
시켰어요.
Kanata's asking about his
김준호를
3-0
캐스파컵에서
win,
준우승을
Sora's
시켰던 그
against us.
장본인을 3대 0으로 잡고 자신감 만나게 됐는데 약간 좀 부담감이나 그런 것들 없었나요? 더군다나 상대는 국가대표 토스 김정훈이었는데 네. 거기에 대한 부담감이 있었는지 궁금하네요.
were you pressured coming into this?
Yeah, he's really
because of
curious
that?
about it, you know, how he
연습 때는
feels.
잘했지만 대회 때는 그렇게 포스 있는 스타일이 아니었는데 이번에 또 살아나가지고 갑자기 막 중력 들어가지고 막 있었는데 그래도 푸푸전이라서 누구 한 명이 말리면은 되게 쉽게 이기는 경우가 많아가지고 최대한 말리게 게임 하려고 노력해서 좋은 결과 있었던 것 같아요.
네. 뭐 김정은 선수도
He said a lot of things there.
김준호 선수가
We're doing our best, guys.
This is like translating some of the hardest things I've ever done.
해설 내내 그런 이야기를
But just talking
했어요.
about his style
초중반은
basically
김준호가
and
세고
how he's won a lot of
장기전으로
games
가면
like that.
갈수록
He was talking about the
김정은이 셀
PvP
것이다.
matchup.
근데
I didn't
Yeah.
quite
앞선
get what he was
데뷔
saying
중에서
about that.
경기가
Maybe
딱
just,
그랬거든요.
how it's really volatile
본인이
probably.
생각할 때
And
김정은
how it's
선수의
really able to go
장기전
back and
능력,
forth. So
경기 끝나고 말했잖아요.
because he practices
장인이라고.
well, is what he said.
평소에도
He was able to
김정은의 장기전.
prepare well for
Yeah.
the matches.
평소에도 정훈이가 장기전 잘한다 생각했고 장기전 안 가는 게임 좀 많이 하려고 했는데 어쩔 수 없이 가가지고 들통난 것 같아요.
본인이 못한다는 게?
정훈이가 잘한다는 게?
본인이 못하는 건 아니고.
저도 웬만큼 하는데
잘했어요.
정훈이가 너무 잘한 것 같아요.
네. 그래서 아무래도 이제 데드윈 경기가
I'm not sure who he was
보기
talking about
힘든
actually in this
푸전이에요. 그런
case.
경기 양상이.
I don't know.
게임
I think that
시간으로
was Sora.
58분? 거의
Saying
Yeah.
how
정도가 다
he,
됐거든요.
just respects him and
평소에도
thinks he's
Yeah.
a good
이런
player.
경기를 종종
Yeah.
하시나요? 굉장히
maybe
좀 잘하는 느낌이었는데 양 선수 모두.
저는 아예 안 하는데
네.
정훈이가 옆에서 많이 하는 걸 봤거든요.
네.
그래서 어깨 너머로 약간 배운 거 좀 따라해봤는데
오.
확실히 장인 앞에서는 안 되더라고요.
네. 뭐 그래도
He's
김준호
trying to learn
선수의
new
이런
things.
장기전 능력 또한 충분히 다른
I
선수한테
believe.
통할 것이라 믿고 결승에서 이제 김대엽 선수를 상대하게 됐습니다.
We don't have the best audio. I know
김대엽
you guys
선수가
probably
앞선
don't either, so.
인터뷰에서 되도록이면 김준호 선수와 만나야 흥행이 될 것 같다라고 인터뷰를 했거든요. 본인은 김대엽 선수를 어떻게 생각하시나요?
How do you feel going up against stats in the finals?
기계요?
네. 제가 좀
네.
물 흐르듯이 하면은 이길 수 있을 것 같아요.
자신감은 확실히 있고요. 개인
He says he
리그에서는
thinks he can win, but
김준호가
if he does something, I couldn't catch what he said.
성적으로 봤을 때
Probably something like if I
우위였잖아요.
prepare well.
워낙 김대엽 선수는 좀 프로 리그에서
I'll do well.
잘하는
I think that's what he said, but I can't
이미지가
be sure.
김준호는 개인 리그에서도 잘하고 그런 느낌이기 때문에 확실히 김대엽 선수를 상대로 이제 내일 만나게 될 텐데 한 말씀 해주시죠. 김대엽 선수에게 선전포고.
Saying stats is really well on individual and team leagues like Pro League.
못 이길 거야.
So say some words to stats.
열심히 준비해와.
네.
He says he thinks he's going to win,
열심히
so
준비하시길
prepare
바라겠고요.
really well, get
끝으로 이제
ready.
김준호 선수를 응원하는
get ready
많은
for me.
팬분들이 계시는데 팬분들께
Literally
한
in
말씀
Korean,
해주시죠.
like get ready and come. Like
Yep.
prepare before you come.
비시즌 오고 더 대회가 많은 것 같아요. 근데 빠지지 않고 팬분들이 항상 현장 오셔서 응원해 주셔가지고 진짜 많이 힘이 되는 것 같아요. 감사합니다.
He says he feels like he gets a lot of strength and energy from the fans
네,
who
김준호
always
선수
come and cheer for him.
결승 진출 축하하고요. 내일도 좋은 결과 있기를 바라겠습니다.
감사합니다.
네, 이렇게 두 명의 태극마크 태극전사가 오늘
Well,
경기를
that was a
통해서
cool little interview.
가려졌는데요. 내일 경기는 바로
short,
결승. 1위도
sweet.
상금이
Hero
무려
given
600만 원이나 되기
very
때문에
polite answers, a very friendly guy,
우승자를 가려내는
as
것과 굉장히
usual.
보는 재미가 있을 것 같고
Yeah, he just walked
무엇보다
behind us.
전태양
He did.
선수와 김정은 선수의
big smile on
마지막
his face as
태극마크를
usual.
놓고 펼치는
Yeah.
경기가
And,
정말 재밌을 것 같은데요.
Just
저는 그럼
having some confidence against stats. But I think it's going to be really good PvP tomorrow.
Yeah. We've had a lot of PvP in this whole tournament, but I'm sure that will not disappoint as well.
Yeah. Don't think so. Let's take a look at our results today. Our first matchup feels so long ago after that really crazy PvP was a total domination by stats. 3-0. TY, he had a lot of trouble. He started off looking a little bit shaky, and then he tried a gimmick build essentially on Deadwing. It didn't work. And then on Catalina, Stats just controlled every second of that game.
Oh, yeah. And, with that, Stats is, he secures his spot. It's important to say. He's going to China.
But TY's not out. He still has that third place match that he's going to play against Sora, in fact, tomorrow as well to decide which one of those two will be moving on.
That's going to be the most nerve-wracking match, man. That's going to be to decide which one of those guys goes to China, TY or Sora. And here we have the results of herO versus Sora. Like we just watched, herO was able to take 2. That overgrowth game, herO's multitasking was some of the best I've ever seen, like ever.
Yeah, go back and watch that game specifically. And tell your friends about the Deadwing game as well, the only game Sora was able to win, showing the power of Tempest in PvP, and some composition differences and changes, and basically, Archons don't really work, even if you've got like 12 of them.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow, first things first, we'll have Stats versus herO in our finals, and then after that, we're going to have our 3rd and 4th place match between TY and Sora. It will be at 6 p.m. Korean Standard Time, same time as always. So it's going to be in this order. The finals will be first, but then that, more, I think, nerve-wracking match is going to be 3rd and 4th. So definitely tune in tomorrow. Also, if you come down to the studio, there's like some events going on and stuff. So if you're here, definitely come down. Here are the events.
Predicting stuff is Wolfstradamus, but here we go. We will give a basically culture gift certificates. What you can use those for is to go see movies in Seoul, or to just see attractions, basically tourist attractions. You can go to movies I mentioned, and museums, stuff like this.
Yep. Also going to be giving everybody some food, and there's going to be an iPad and T-shirt giveaway. 2 iPad minis.
Yeah.
Even Android Apple haters welcome, though.
You can still come down to the studio.
I was gonna come to the finals, but then I found that they were giving away iPads, and so now I don't want to come because don't you know that Android had multitasking first. But yeah, it's gonna be a great finals. Absolutely come. If not for the giveaways, obviously for the amazing games. It's really gonna be a great day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Was a fun day today. I'm sure the matches tomorrow will be awesome as well.
Yeah, they absolutely should be. So that's gonna be it for us today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow at the finals. Spread the word, tell your friends. See you then.